Welcome to this presentation. You are with me, Andrew Cobby. So today I'm presenting on overhead irrigation. This is a topic from Agriculture Form 2. So first of all, let's look at the definition of overhead irrigation. So when we talk of overhead irrigation, this is the supplying of water to growing crops from the above in the form of droplets. So water will be coming from the above to the grown crops in the form of droplets. So that one is known as overhead irrigation. So overhead irrigation can be practiced in three ways. One, we've got the use of hose pipe. This is appropriate for small scale farming. And we've got the use of sprinklers. This is where the water is forced through the pipes and out through the sprinklers. The water must be under pressure for the system to work. So the water always has to be under the pressure for that system, for the sprinklers to work. So I've got the use of sprinkler, and the other one is the use of watering can. So this one is very common, the use of watering can. So it is suitable for watering seedlings in a nursery bed, but only at small scale. So let's look at over irrigation using sprinklers. So in over irrigation, water is supplied to crops in form of fine droplets. So fine droplets will be coming from the sprinklers from the above. So the system is made up of the following components. So you need to have a water pump. You need to have a main pipes, lateral pipes, razor pipes. We talk of sprinklers. And irrigation pipes are mostly made of aluminium. So apart from the foreign components, what you have to know is irrigation pipes are mostly made of aluminium. The reason is aluminium is very light. If you are moving the pipes, it's very easy to move the pipes because aluminium is a little bit lighter. So that's why most of the irrigation pipes are made using aluminium. So let's look at the components of overhead irrigation. We have talked of the pump. What's the use of the pump? So this pump, it provides a mechanical force that pushes water through the pipes and out through the sprinklers. So we have talked of water coming under the pressure from the sprinklers. So that pressure is provided by the pump. So over irrigation, you need to have a pump. So there are different kinds of pumps that may be used. So these are just different kinds of the pumps. I've got hydraulic pumps. You can use hydraulic pump. You can use reciprocating pump. You can use centrifugal pumps. So we have also talked of main pipes as components of over irrigation. So main pipes, this delivers water from the pump in the field. So the pump normally is at the source of water. So from the pump to the field, we use main pipes. So the pipes could be plastic or aluminium. So it just depends. So if the main line is permanent, the pipes are buried in the soil, and mostly plastic pipes are used. Why? Because not be moving the pipes. So plastic pipes are used. However, if the main line is portable or you'll be moving the pipe, the line from one place to another, the pipe should be made of aluminium as it is light, hence easy to shift from one place to another. So aluminium, it is lighter as compared to plastics, therefore you can shift from one place to another. So if the main line will be portable, you can use aluminium. So let's look at lateral pipes. So when talk of lateral pipes, they are connected to the main pipe at definite interval through a manually operated valve. So they are manually operated valves, and the pipes which are connected to the main pipes or the main lines are known as lateral pipes. They are made of aluminium for easy carrying from one point to another. Because we're saying that aluminium is very light, is a little bit light as compared to plastic. So since you move the lateral pipes from one place to another, that's why they are made of aluminium. So the bore of the lateral pipe is narrower compared to that of the main pipe. So the bore of the lateral pipe, or the space of the pipe, that bore is a little bit smaller as compared to the main pipe. The reason is to sustain high pressure, because if water is moving from uh, wider bore to small bore, the pressure increases. So to sustain that pressure, that's why the bore of the lateral pipes are made small. So let's now look at the razor pipe. At the name razor, they are vertically to the ground and are filled at definite interval from the lateral pipes. So in other words, the razor pipes are connected. They are connected uh, to the uh, lateral pipes, and at the top they hold the sprinklers. So these laser pipes are vertical. So razor pipes are also narrow compared to lateral pipes. So the bore of the laser pipe is narrower as compared to that of lateral pipes. The reason is to sustain the pressure. That's why these laser pipes, they have got narrow bore. And at the top they hold sprinkler. So let's now look at the sprinklers. So sprinklers release water under the pressure in form of fine droplets. So those fine droplets, they come from the sprinklers and they'll be irrigating the crops now. There are two types of sprinklers. We have got continuous rotating sprinklers, and this one is appropriate for small scale farming. Then we have got spring-loaded sprinkler. Then spring-loaded sprinklers are suitable for large-scale irrigation. So the sprinklers are arranged in such a way that the circles irrigated by individual sprinkler overlap. So the circles irrigated by individual sprinkler, they overlap. This one is to ensure that there is no spot that has been left unirrigated. That's why there is overlapping of uh, uh, the circles to be irrigated. So this is just a picture for you to appreciate what sprinkler irrigation looks like. So the period of time the sprinkler remains in operation in one point depends on, so it just depends. Sometimes find that the sprinkler irrigation can remain on one point for a long period of time or can remain for a short period of time. So it just depends on soil type. So soil type can make the sprinkler to remain on that place for a long period of time or for short period of time. For example, if irrigating the crops which are on sandy soils, it means the sprinkler will remain there for a long period of time because there will be a lot of seepage in sandy soils as compared to clay soils. Talk of crop to be irrigated. The other crops they require a lot of water. Other crops they require less amount of water. So it just depends. Then talk of topography. Also, it affects the period of time the sprinkler remain in operation on one point. And last, we have got soil moisture content. So we find that the other soil they already have enough moisture. Therefore, the sprinkler cannot stay there for a long period of time. So the working pressure of sprinkler should be suitable for the crops which are being irrigated. For example, raw pressure for vegetables. So if you are growing vegetables, you require raw pressure. medium pressure for field crops such as maize. You require medium pressure, and high pressure for perennial crops such as coffee. So perennial crops such as coffee, you can use high pressure because those are just like trees, so they require high pressure. So let's now look at the advantages and disadvantages of overhead irrigation. So let's start by looking at advantages. So overhead irrigation does not require leveling of land, can be practiced even in slopy area. So unlike surface irrigation, over irrigation can be practiced even on slopy areas. Water is evenly distributed in the required areas. So there is even distribution of water in that area if you are using overhead irrigation. And the method is the most ideal or is the most suitable for sandy soils. Why? Because water is not moving on the surface. So unlike surface irrigation, it does not suit sand soils, but this over irrigation you can use even in sand soils. So use of water is economic compared to surface irrigation. So it does not require a lot of water, and the use of water is economic as compared to surface irrigation. So soluble fertilizers and herbicides can be mixed with the irrigation water and applied. So you can mix the soluble fertilizers or herbicides and apply to the crops. It's very possible. It is easy to move the sprinklers from one point to another. So it is very easy to move the sprinklers from one point to another where you want to irrigate. So soil erosion is minimized. So it is very easy to minimize soil erosion since the water is not moving on the ground. So it is very easy to minimize soil erosion. Let's look at disadvantages of overhead irrigation. So it is expensive to start. So we talk of buying of pipes, talk of sprinklers, lateral pipes, razor pipes. You require a lot of capital, so it is very expensive. So may destroy the soil structure due to impact of water drops. So we have talked of water drops coming under the pressure. So that pressure may also destroy the soil structure. So the method may require the establishment of windy breaks, since if the wind is blowing, the water may be blown together and the water will be going to one side. Therefore, you require to establish wind breaks so that the system should work properly. So it increases the incidence of fungal diseases on the crops. So you know fungal diseases, they come because water is in contact with the leaves. So since over irrigation, water will be in contact with the leaves, therefore there will be increase of fungal diseases. So it can lead to soil erosion if not well controlled. So if it is not well controlled, it can also lead to soil erosion due to that high pressure that comes with the water. So it can lead to splash erosion. So the water must be under pressure. So always you require water to be that water should be under high pressure for system to work. Therefore, you require a pump. So the water must be free from solid impurities. Otherwise, the sprinkler nozzles will be blocked. So water should be free from impurities to avoid the blockage of the nozzles. So let's now look at drip irrigation. So in this system of irrigation, the water is applied at the root zone of the crop in the final drops. So there's a pipe going through the root zone of the crop, and the water will be coming from a hole in the final drops. So that's how drip irrigation works. So the system is known as trickle irrigation, since the water will be trickling out of the pipe into the root zone. So it is also known as drip irrigation. So polythene pipes with nozzles at specific interval are used to deliver the water to the crop as shown below. So this is just a picture of drip irrigation. So the water will be trickling out of the pipe to the root zone of each and every plant. So let's now look at how drip irrigation works. So drip irrigation supplies water at the base of the crop in the form of drops. So the system is made up of series of pipes with nozzles at specific interval or based on the spacing of the uh, crops. So the pipes are made up of plastics and they are laid along the crop rows. So the plastics are laid along the crop rows and they are made up of plastics. So the nozzles allow water to flow out by drops. Drop by drops. So the nozzle allows water to flow out drop by drop. So it's single drop after the other drop. So some nozzles are able to trap and hold particles that may be in the water, thus preventing blockage of the nozzle. So the other nozzles, they hold uh, the the particles which are found in the water. Therefore, they prevent the blockage of the nozzle. So the distance from one nozzle to the other depends on the spacing of the crop to be irrigated. So it just depends on the spacing of the crop to be irrigated. So that's about how drip irrigation works. So let's now look at advantages of drip irrigation. It is used it uses water economically, hence suitable for dry areas. So since I've said that there is water coming in the form of drops, so it uses the water economically. So very suitable for dry areas. It does not encourage fungal disease because water does not come in contact with the leaves. Does not encourage growth of weeds between the rows. So there is no growth of weeds between the rows. Why? Because water does not reach between the rows. So the water is supplied direct to the base of the crop. Therefore, it reduces the crop of weeds within the rows. So water, even at low pressure, can still be used. So it does not require high pressure as compared to overhead irrigation. So let's now look at disadvantages. So it is quite expensive. Talk of the buying of pipes, very expensive as compared to surface irrigation. And the other thing is it requires a high level of skills. So for someone to establish this one, you require high level of skills. So the water must be free from solid impurities. Why? To prevent the blockage of nozzles. So if there are impurities in the water, the nozzles may block. So this is just a picture of uh, um, drip nozzle. So this is just a nozzle. So thank you very much. So if there is any question on this video, that's our WhatsApp number and there is our email there. You can visit us. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next video. Thank you.